Barbara's father was raised in Pennsylvania. He ran away from home during the Depression and went out west to be a cowboy. After World War II, he came back to Pennsylvania, where he met her mother.
We grew up on a dirt road down in a hollow that was locally known as Hooten Hollow. We had some acreage around it and would raise beef cattle. My father worked as an assembly line worker at the same time and had been a coal miner and a steel worker in earlier careers. My father worked almost incessantly. He tried to get the midnight shift so that he could be home with the kids when we were home. Famous words that we heard my father say many times was, "Wake me up in half an hour." That would be his night's rest. It was a tradition with my father that as each of us got to about 4 years old, he would give us a calf, and then what to do with that calf was our responsibility. I named her and had the good fortune of her having some calves, and over time I became a cattle baron. I think I had up to 3 at a time, and that actually was designed to stock away a little bit of money so that we could eventually go to college. Each of us had a little Prince Albert tobacco can, and that became our bank, and over years I saved $125. We all revered my father. One afternoon he went out on a horseback ride and was riding with 13 people from the local college, and he had a heart attack. Things were always modest, and of course, after my father's death, modesty was taken to no extreme. We fortunately had some horses, and with those horses, we had the business of taking people horseback riding, teaching riding, and training horses a little bit. And that fell to the children to make that a business. My brothers went away to school, so it was my responsibility to take people horseback riding and train and shoe the horses, take care of the horses.
Having grown up on stories of her father's cowboy years, she applied for a scholarship to Arizona State University. She received one for tuition, but it didn't cover expenses. She used all but $34 of her college fund to fly there.
I lived very frugally in college. I recall that at one point I lived for 2 months on $2, and I had 5 jobs to help to pay tuition and buy books.
This former cattle baron would get 3 degrees from Arizona State and finally left the cowboy life behind. Today, Barbara's professional resume begins when she was 6 years old. At 13, it says, McConnell's Riding Academy, whatever it took, ran the whole enchilada. Could that 13-year-old child ever have dreamt what her life would be like?
I'm just insanely jealous of all the things she does. You know, I get to follow around in her footsteps and her shadow. It's the challenge. She's just fun to be around. Fun to try to keep up with her.